Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about HEXO as an update to my previous video. Nonetheless, this will be a standalone video to help you make an educated decision. Now, I'm going to go through technical analysis just to give you a perspective of the psychology of the traders playing this one here, and then I'm going to go towards the due diligence parts and upcoming catalyst for this one. Let's jump right into it. So, on a 1 week perspective, what we get to see here is we're actually seeing a little bit more of another push, and MACD that turns positive. William % R is highly overbought. I've never really seen a stock sitting at zero, so that's quite interesting. It's sitting almost close to zero at negative 1.59 to zero, and then the average directional index is showing sloppy, and ADX shows a little bit of movement. Moving averages are in fact mixed, so above the 50 SMA, so that's bullish, but 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA, and so that is bearish. Now, on the 1 day perspective, what we get to see here is very much of the same realm, except that we get to see an indication for a strong trend at 36.29 by the ADX. The next thing is William % R is overbought the second day in a row, and MACD looks really positive. Momentum here looks really strong, and the moving averages are all across the chart looking strong. The 50 SMA is climbing up closer to the 200 SMA, which will create a very bullish golden star. And that is just a bit of the things that can consider it to be even further bullish than it is. Now, on a 2 hour perspective, we get to see even a massive push in the extended market as we're recording this video. ADX shows in a very strong trend. William % R highly overbought, and the MACD is showing that there is a continuation in this massive trend. Moving averages bands, as you get to see here, volume is the highest been in quite a while. I haven't even seen it this high in almost forever. 85 cents on the top on the moving average band, 77 in the middle, and 69 at the bottom. It's expected to trade within there, but it has its flukes, ups and downs, but usually it does recover and fall back into its place at some point. Now, stochastic fast and the stochastic slow are both saying, hey, there might be another push for this one. Maybe not sell the entire position, try to maybe phase it out. Of course, you get to see it's been at 840 quite a while back, so it definitely is adjusting to that as well. Now, when we're looking now into the stochastic fast and the stochastic slow, we get to see a little bit of mixed results. Now, when we're looking into, let's say, a Fibonacci retracements at this level of 153 going down to 0.346, this one holds quite right. Current support sits at 108, 0.94, 80 cents, and 63 cents. Significant resistances on the Fibonacci retracements is $1.28 and $1.54. Now let's start mapping some support and resistance lines. Current support, and a very strong one, is at the 109 mark. Above there we're looking into 115, and above there we're looking into the 121. We already know it extended that in the extended market, so that's why I'm moving upwards. And then now moving downwards, 104 as a support, 99 cents, and then down to 90 cents. And below 90 cents, a very significant one that I wouldn't hold below it if I was you, around 81 cents. But for the sake of the argument, below there is 69 cents. Significant resistances you're looking at are currently 129. Above 129, you're looking at 136. Above 136, we're looking at 140, and then up to 150. Now I'm jumping in towards the news. Okay, so I did talk about the MORE Act in previous videos like SNDL and etc. and also in previous HEXO videos. And the MORE Act is the legalization for marijuana. It's Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act of 2019. It's actually sponsored by Senator Kamala Harris, well, the currently Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And so it has a bit of strength in that. It's going to the House initially, and it's going to be voted basically based on the House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer. It's going to be voted on between December 2nd and December 4th. That means either it's in this week, so we're looking either Wednesday to Friday. That is the time frame that the vote will happen. And so that's why a lot of weed companies are jumping ahead. But hey, Ed, hold on. I thought HEXO Corp was actually a Canadian. Well, you are right over there. And the big thing with these ones here is their expansions and interests in the US market. And one of the things that I was like, when I was doing the DD on, is something interesting happened here. Is their trademark lawsuit for trademark infringements in the US. So they basically went for HEXO CBD, right, in the US, and they sued him for the names of the rights, for the rights of the name, sorry. And they got that covered. they now have the rights in the US as well. You might think, okay, if it's a Canadian company, what they're actually trying to say here is the HEXO brand is sufficiently established in both Canada and in the US that if any other company in the same industry, no less, uses it in the same part of its mark, HEXO believes the situation creates confusion. You get to see there is a massive push in the US, so this really positions itself, for instance, ahead as well in the game with SNDLs and whatnot, other stocks like that. Next thing is their acting chief financial officer, Trent McDonald's, is now into a permanent role. And who he is, you might ask? Alright, I went down on LinkedIn and I tried to track it down, and bingo, I found him. So the guy has been working with different companies. With RX Drug Mart here, Indigo as a vice president financial, and RX Drug Mart as chief financial officer. Mainly's place that was president for 3 years and 10 months. And Sobeys for 2 years and 10 months, spending more than a year as a vice president finance. He has a St. Francis Xavier University Bachelor of Business Administration and honors, and yeah, so that is his experience. And so you can kind of expect with previous experience under his belt, you can expect that, hey, we're going to be moving forward in a positive direction. Institutional buyers are a little bit mixed on this one with adding and subtraction of positions, but it's going to be mixed for the time being, and it doesn't tell us much. Insiders, I don't see any updates on here. It might be bugged on the website. I use fintel.io, but usually it's accurate. It doesn't show significant insider purchases. The presentations, I could go on that one here, but as you can get to see, it's updated July 31st, 2020. So if you would like to catch this one, you'll find it in my previous video. Nonetheless, let's go quickly through the brands that they have. They have HEXO, which is an award-winning cannabis brand that has earned a reputation for innovative products, consumer health, safety, and premier customer service. They got their HEXO Plus, and it comes from the same quality and innovation that is built into the HEXO award-winning products that you know and love. And so basically HEXO Plus offers high THC cannabis, the dominant terpene profile that together creates a rich sensation experience. This one here is basically the original HEXO. The HEXO Plus is the more pungent one. And then this one here is the original stash, is a high quality weed sold for a lot less than you would expect. Not really fancy, just real and a good reason to go legal. Next thing is the UP. The UP products for cannabis are basically for the ones that are seeking high quality or premium quality of cannabis and experience. They combine passion of growing quality cannabis with a commitment to providing you, our consumers, a product lineup that is consistent and easy to navigate. Welcome to the Upside, Canada. And then basically, yeah, so that's what they have. Some of the products they have, for instance, if you go on and view the products themselves, you're going to find things like dried flower. Oh, we're going to go to Ontario here. Alright, it's asking me for my birthday. Well, let's just fill up random numbers. There you go. Just for the folks out there trying to access my account. Anyway, they have buds. They have as well in other programs. I know they're working on vapes, for instance, etc. That's kind of the usual, right? But the HEXO brand itself is dry flowers. They have different products such as oils and vapes right here. And so that's kind of the things you're going to be expecting out of these products. Each one has their website, and you can go around and check, or has their own part of the website to check for each of the brands. Next comes in, Ed, where do you think this one is going to go? So I definitely think that it's probably going to still see some hype and traction. The week of basically weed companies, but this one here is Canadian, right? It has interest in the US, but hey, it's not that secure in terms of an interest. So yeah, can it go to $2? Yes, I can see it go to $2. I can see it go on through the hype. Now the big thing is, don't get greedy. I know sometimes we look back at a chart and be like, well, if we held just a little, we went to 1,000%. But other times, we would have just lost instead. So you want to be a little bit cautious, because you have buy the rumor, sell the news. Let's guess, hey, it gets an approval. Don't you think that's actually kind of priced in this move? It definitely is. And a lot of people would want to sell, because hey, if it's approved, what comes next? Not a lot of people can think about it on the spot, and it's going to cause a little bit of panic and selling. So you want to be ahead of the group. That is what I tell my amazing folks on here watching. Now, if you've been here for a while, make sure to drop a like to this video. Subscribe. I know around only 10% of my viewers actually have subscribed, so make sure to subscribe on there. Drop a like, and there's a Discord link for exclusive materials and trading discussions in terms of actual normal trading days, and usually we talk about tickers and everything. If you haven't been here for this long, I would recommend that you join it down. It's free. I'm not selling you any courses or anything of that trash, but I really hope to help you become better. Have a wonderful day.